Oh, that's so bright when you look at it that way. Hi people, yep, it's me again. I said I weren't going to do another one until I've done the review of my other reviews that are coming. But I had to do it. I just saw the replay of, anyone be following that bloody X Factor? I see it staying up with tradition. I mean, what is going on with that show? I watched the rerun of the Sunday show, and what a fast, an utter insulting fast. I mean, what? For argument's sake, I've got to start straight to the disappointment. You got Simon Cowell, with respect, he's alright judge. And the rest of the judges saying one particular lady, Ella or Riel, I don't even waste my time thinking of the name because of the insult she classed as gospel music. When I was a kid, used to listen to gospel music. I used to spend hours upon hours outside a gospel church near where one of my areas I lived. And I used to love the stuff. What Riel or Ella, whatever her bloody name is, with respect, this wasn't her best performance. Last Sunday's show wasn't Riella's best performance. For the simple reason is, I've heard that from foxes out in the street making that kind of noise. I mean, that was such an appalling fast. And Simon Cowell saying, oh, it was the best piece of music going. Seriously, there was 3 good performances, in my optional opinion, as once a performer. Way back in the day when I was a lot younger than I am now. Yes, I do all these funny, crazy things on my other shows. And I do many crazy things. But I used to be in a band a long, long time ago. As a proper singer, that was me once when I was younger. Don't care for it much these days. I just like messing around with it. But anyway, beside the point, you had the Filipino lady. What a powerful performance. That was brilliant. Then you had that bleeding Teflon Grace. How the hell is everybody out there in the big wide world either a bit dim or are they completely, utterly tone deaf? The woman, I'm no portrait, but my God, I've seen a dog look better than that woman. And she cannot hold a single note. She cannot sing. Every time I hear it, my ears want to melt because it's so rubbish. It is so appalling. She's no way in a billion years should even be anywhere in that show at this stage. Her live performances every week have been just as bad. I don't think I've cared for any of her shows. Now, when she appeared first in the things, yes, she seemed alright. Can't say I can complain too much about that. And then suddenly, as if her throat's imploded and now you've got a dog singing who cannot hold a single note. And everyone's saying, oh, what a great performance. Oh, that is so perfect. Really? Tone deaf or stupid? I don't even make a comment on that one. And then we go to the other thing. Then you had, obviously, the other young lady that was there. She performed okay, a bit weak, but for her age, fabulous performance. We're all agreeing on that. That was a nice performance. Then you have, of course, Sam. He could have done better, but it was, again, Sam is Sam and he does all right in the live shows. Then, of course, the Light Train, everyone voted for him. Rightly so. Now, that was another powerful voice. A powerful voice I've ever seen. Even, God rest George Michael, for all those Michael fans out there. I could almost picture him on the stage from way back when he was on the stage with another performer years ago when he was still alive. I mean, yes, I think Lloyd did him proud on that. So, justified, he got through wisely. And then you had, obviously, the guy on the piano. I've forgotten his name. I don't pay much attention, as you can see, because I don't often make a show with reference. The X Factor, who I think is still following tradition. Get rid of all the good singers and keep all the bad singers. I mean, how you could all get rid of Alicia and keep bloody Teflon, Grace, you've got to be all on something. You must be on something wrong. Alright, yeah, the Philippine girl sings a very powerful song. And, yeah, we're quite agreeing in many of her songs, not all, many of her songs, it's a classic Disney. I agree with, what's her name who said that in the first place when she got to go. But still, her voice is a very good voice. I gotta say, every time I heard her voice, the show sparkled. It was good. Now it's only sparkling with Lloyd. I think he's the only good singer there, next to the band, obviously. We all are a great fan of one band only. Now, I don't need to say who they are, because I think we all know who I'm referring to, because they are a very good band. They don't need this show. They're a talent on their own. And I would say that. If I was a millionaire, I'd be backing them myself, without a doubt. Because they are absolutely good performers. They deserve every time they've won. They've triumphantly won the award of the show and a number of times, which is a good new twist to it. But I still got to say, when you said Riella's performance was really well and it was gospel style, I'm sorry, no, it was actually an insult to gospel music throughout. With respect, I mean, I'm a great lover of gospel music. I love the song, I like the solos, and I love when the choir sing gospel. That is gospel as gospel should be sung. Not someone standing on stage, air all their funny do, sounding like foxes at it or cats at it in an alley. I mean, God, they sound better than than Sunday night's performance of that particular artist. And I'm sorry, I can't call her an artist yet, but that particular performer. And well, I'll never be calling Grace a performer, because she cannot sing. She cannot hold a note. Sorry, but no. Bye-bye, Grace. You should be letting that one go. She's bringing the show further down to disrepute, because she is lacking the talent that all the others are holding just a little of. Well, without a doubt, obviously the big band, we said, and obviously Kevin, we said, and his piano, and Lloydie. Now they're the only three, to my recollection so far, that are surviving and are the best performers there. But I guarantee, some way or another, the next two will be Lloyd and Kevin. So then all we'll have is the typical tradition of the show, poor performers, non-talented. You know, I'm dreading it. Probably the band will go as well this week, and they are the best band. You know, I don't care much for the brothers and sisters. They, you know, let them go, because they seem to think they're discotheques. They're meant to be performers, singing songs. You got one going, yeah, hello. That's what you hear in a disco. You don't hear it on a stage. You do not hear it in any other bleeding format other than in a discotheque. So, yeah, let them go, by all means, please. Do us all a favour. Don't keep the show in disrepute by having bad performers. But, with all due respect, keep the other big band in, as we know who they are. I think we'll all agree on that one now, because they're winning the show quite regularly. And they deserve to. I'd like to see them win, but it's not me to decide. I'm just a person who occasionally watches them when they're there. But it's living in its classics, you know. The X Factor. Now we're losing all the talent again. It's becoming just like the traditional show it often is. Poor talented, poorly organised and tone-deaf judges. With respect, stop backstabbing. I mean, someone once remarked to me how they say, oh, that was the best performance. And in the next breath, another one comes on, sort of saying, oh, what a crappy performance that was. And then they'll say, oh, that was the best one of the night. After they've just said the last crappy performance was the best one of the night. The Irish fella is good at that. And well, I've got to say, with bad taste, so was bleeding Osborne. She's all right. She's saying it as it is. I'll give her her dues, and dues where dues are. You've got, I've forgotten her name now, the young female artist. See, I don't pay much attention. And then you've got Mr. Bleeding Solid Face. We know who. Tone deaf as he seems to be at the moment. I mean, come on. He says it's the best performance of all. Every performance he says is the best performance, unless he doesn't particularly like the artist or the person trying to be the artist performing the said song or track that's going on. So stop doing that. Just come open with it. Yeah, it's going to shock, but the show is there to shock and wake up people and help them decide who should really deserve to go through the next live shows and the next stages of these live shows. Soon the show will be over, and I guarantee if it ain't that band, it's going to be either that horrible bloody woman who can't sing a note, Grace, Non-Stick, being the only one that's going to make it, and I think there's no way in a million years she should. You know, by then, look, the channel that organises this show, look up carefully at this show. It's a farce. It is absolutely appalling. They're allowing non-talent to get through, it seems, rather than, you know, last year they had what, a band, a real live band actually going in for the show. I mean, hello, desperation or what? Come on. And you're still following tradition of having poor performers, people who cannot sing, getting through. I know that's down to a vote of everybody, but listen, everybody out there, either listen or don't listen. Anyone who happened to catch this show briefly on the past, listen, don't vote for people who cannot sing. Listen to the ones who can sing. Just because they've got pretty legs, that don't make them a performer. That makes them just someone who's got pretty legs. Dim and pretty-legged don't make a good performer. And I guarantee it will be like most of the ones that have made it in the past, with the exception of only a very few. They'll get through, whoever wins it, that'll be it. One album, if an album at all, and that's it. You'll never hear of them again. So come on. Don't you think it's now time to say, the X Factor has had its day? It is time to say, wrap up the stage. Sorry, find another show. Britain's Got Talent has got more shout than the X Factor. The Voice has got more shout than the X Factor. They still have the poor performances getting through, but that's the way it is. I'm not one to judge them. I'm not one to judge anyone. But when I think we're watching a fast on TV and they want us to get the app that's getting slagged down as well, that gives you a clue that maybe the show has had its day now. This should be the final, everlasting, ever end of the X Factor. Nobody wants to know it, because all what's getting through are the poor performers, people who cannot sing, cannot hold a note, because they've got pretty legs, or they've got pretty faces, or they've got big bums, or they've got something else rather attractive, rather than what's in their pit of their stomach and comes out. Like a nice voice, a performance talented voice. So come on people, wake up, come on, who's back in the X Factor, hack it after this show should be the last and final show, because it's wasting TV airtime for what? Non-talented rubbish that is getting through all the time and every time throughout the decades of this show. It's been going for too long a time now. And too long a time, non-talenters have got through, where all the decent talent, sadly enough, adios amigos, bye bye. And the good thing you got to say, some of those performers, in your face, the X Factor, now they're bigger than the ones you voted to win. So come on now, don't this tell you a clue that the X Factor is past its date now? Get rid of it. After this show, that should be it. Bye bye. Simon Cowell's he's doing Britain's Got Talent. He can do The Voice as well. I mean, he can do all of those. You don't need the X Factor no more. The other three, well, I'm sure you'll find something else you can do. Your talent is of your own. You don't need a silly show bringing your name to disrepute, because you're representing a show that is full of fast, full of rubbish, that ain't doing what it should be doing. Finding proper artists. But that's my bit. That's my take on the X Factor. No doubt I'll get into trouble, but do I care? No, because it's only done in fun, but it's also done in a serious point that I'm trying to get across. That we got to think hard about who we are voting, who we are allowing to get through to the next live shows. And as I said, and I'll always emphasise it, now it's time to say bye-bye to the X Factor. This should be the last and final X Factor now, because it's out of date. It's old. It's boring now. And we know what's going to win. We can predict from week to week after week after week who is actually going to get through. because that is the tradition of this show. It may be down to us, the public, but it's still getting through the poor performers, the people who's got sexy legs, the people who's got big bums, the people who've got, I don't know, other attributes that some people seem to like. They're not listening to the voice, they're not listening to the performances. And my God, some of those performances, with the exception of the 4, sadly enough we've lost one, of Sunday's night show, is a good example of where the show should be going, not where it is going. I mean, they are good performers, and yet you're letting the rubbish get through. Don't. End it. It's beyond it. Hey man, I'll go in there and actually hum on a song. I guarantee I'll get a vote. Yeah. Because I have no talent, I'll go there with no talent as always. And I guarantee I'll get top notches and I will win. That's all I'm saying. Take care of yourself. Bye for now. Don't take it to heart, as I always say, but bear it in mind. Be lucky. Hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed slagging it down for once. Made a change. Me, Maddog, Marty Mitchell, dogging the whole bloody lot. Bye.